All right, so the No Kings second set of rallies are in the books. First were in the summer, second, October the 18th. What do we know, and what do they tell us, and what do they don't tell us? Okay, so here's what we know. Estimates of over 7 million people. Many people are saying largest peaceful protest ever coordinated in America. Hundreds of events, 2,600 events around the country. Donald Trump's response was to post a video, art of AI video of him wearing a crown, dumping crap, literally, on the people protesting. Okay, so my initial take on all of this was that and I still think this is true. The Republican attempts to say that this is a hate America, these were hate America rallies, seems to me to be un-American, right? Like, protesting is built right into the American political process. We were a country born out of protest of overseas rule. Okay, I mean, like, we were a country born in protest, right? The rebels were our founding fathers. So I think peaceful protest is very American, not un-American. And I still think that. I think Donald Trump posting a video of him dropping a bunch of crap on, again, literally, on protesters is the kind of juvenile dumbness that he does all the time. I also think, and my liberal friends, you will not love this, just trigger warning, I also think that the idea that we should be, that this is a watershed moment, or that this is telling us something we didn't already know, is a little bit overblown. Like, what do the No Kings rallies tell us, politically speaking? That the base of the Democratic Party is mad as hell and they don't want to take it anymore. Now, that's not an insubstantial point, and I'll get back to that. But we already knew that. I will remind people. I just looked these up to make sure. Kamala Harris got 75 million votes in 2024, less than a year ago. Donald Trump's approval in Gallup is at 40%. I looked at that number. You want to know how many Democratic voters who say they're Democrats approve of Donald Trump? 2%. So the idea that the base of the Democratic Party is angry, that the base of the Democratic Party hates Donald Trump, this is not new. We knew this in 2016, we knew it in 2020, and we definitely knew it in 2024 and now 2025. Now, let me make a few points. I said it's not insignificant, and I don't think it is totally insignificant, in that midterm elections, which is the election we are coming up on in about 13 months, midterm elections are battles of the two parties' bases. They are lower turnout affairs. The casual voter who might vote in a presidential does not vote in a midterm. So your base being really riled up matters. It is why in 38 out of the 42 midterm elections we've had since the mid-1850s, when we got this current two-party system, the party without the White House has gained seats in the House, right? Because it is easier to be angry and to want to reclaim something than it is to just hold on to the things you already have. So what the No Kings protests affirm for me is, yes, the Democratic liberal base is super angry, and I think that will help in 2026. I think people who make any conclusions, politically speaking, beyond that are overanalyzing what this meant. This means that the Democratic base, the base of the base, the kind of people who are going to spend their entire Saturday out either traveling somewhere or in their own town protesting, are angry and mad and passionate. We knew that. Elections, general elections, presidential elections, the 2028 election will not be decided by the 7 million people. Again, 7 million people is a ton of people, but it's basically 10%, less than 10% of what Kamala Harris got vote-wise in 2024, right? Like, it's a lot of people, but a lot more people are going to vote in the next presidential election. So yes, the base is angry. Yes, Donald Trump is juvenile and petty and a bully. Yes, the idea that protesting is anti-American is totally wrong. But no, these do not assume that the No Kings protests tell us anything real about 2028 that we didn't already know. I just don't think they did. I think there's a tendency to see big crowds, to see funny signs, to see people animated and say, it's going to be that's it. The Donald Trump's reign of terror is over. The people out there doing that have wanted Donald Trump out of office since he got into office, right? And they've been not terribly successful. This election in 2028 will be about the casual voter, the low information voter, the person who isn't a Democratic base voter, the person who was taking their kid to, I don't know, some event rather than going, or working on Saturday rather than going to a protest, right? I think it's really important to keep that perspective. It matters as a telling sign of the Democratic base. It is not reflective of the broader electorate we expect in 2028. All right, that's all I got on No Kings. If you can do me one favor, hit the subscribe button. I will get you free content just like this every single day. You will help me continue